Congratulations. That must have been a blast for you, this whole...
It was so fun. It was so fun. And you talk about, I mean, you nailed it. It is a family show.
My gosh.
And getting ready for the show because of the puppet element,
yeah,
I had to practice a lot with this puppet just to make it come to life and give it personality.
The baby alien.
They gave me, yeah, exactly. They gave me a fake puppet and a puppeteer coach named Ron. And we would Zoom. Yeah, Ron the puppeteer. We would Zoom. He was on like Crank Yankers. He's been on the Muppets. Like,
okay,
he's the puppeteer of all puppeteers. Okay, and he had this like whole method that he would put me through just to like start, just to begin before I even put my hand in the puppet. Right, and we would Zoom constantly. We'd Zoom a couple times a week for hours, and I'm learning how to use this thing, and he's like, the whole thing is you just got to practice. When you read, when you listen to music, when you listen to podcasts, you just got to practice, responding to things and blah, 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 and bring the puppet to life. That was his whole thing.
So now
I'm reading books to my kid, okay, every night. I have this incredible video of us reading about, I think it was like volcanoes or earthquakes or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm going through the emotions of learning something new as this baby alien puppet, right? Like, I'm from outer space, so now I have to give this puppet a personality, and I'm showing, surprise and, sadness when I can't pronounce a word and trying to use the accent and all this kind of stuff. So I'm practicing my material on my kid right before bed for months trying to do this. So finally he got to see it last night. He finally understood why I'm running around the house with a heavy backpack to simulate the weight of the costume, running around with this silly puppet and singing at the top of my lungs over the Sonos on a karaoke machine in my living room.
So
and it all made sense last night.
Wow. How old is your son?
He'll be 4 in November.
Oh, man. Did he
goes,
know
that you're the baby alien? I said, buddy, I am.
I mean, amazing. So he had no idea you were about to be unmasked on TV?
No, he had no clue, but he knew everything leading up to it.
Sure.
And so as soon as that happened, he just said, we got to call Grandpa. We got to call Grandma and tell him.
Oh, isn't that amazing? That's why you do
awesome.
it. That's why you do it,
100%.
man. That is why you do it. That is so great. I mean, what a moment that you could have with your kid and your family. That is, but the singing aspect of it, Mark. I mean, how would you rate yourself on that side of things, Mark?
Listen, I'm very realistic.
Yep.
I knew what kind of my range was, and I said, I just want to maximize the range that I have. I don't want to try and, aim for something that's unattainable. Let's be realistic with this thing. But I think there's a little bit of talent that can be developed even further. And the vocal coach said, yeah, like I'm actually surprised because a lot of people come on thinking they can either sing better than they really can, or, they downplay themselves and they can actually sing really well. And she's like, you have a pretty good gauge on your voice. And so let's just work within these notes that you can hit, and we'll make them the best notes you can. And she said, with the puppet, with the, the costume and all that kind of stuff, everything else will take care of itself. And so I felt really good, right? I feel like I maximized my potential. Well, I'm walking off stage, and there goes Seahorse trotting onto the stage, and you're not supposed to hear the other performances. I still don't know who the other contestants are. They keep everything so hush-hush.
No kidding.
And they, shuffle you past everybody. You don't see anything. I have no clue. And I hear her as I'm undressing, and you're not supposed to hear the other performances, but this costume is so hard to get off, this baby alien costume. So it takes 3 people to help me get out of it, and we're taking our time, and boom, Seahorse starts performing. And I said, you have got to be kidding me. I'm in the group with Celine Dion or somebody who can sing like Celine? This is crazy. So I looked over at the dude as a competitive jerk. I'm like, hey, who put me in this group?
That's right.
Yes, bro.
Damn straight.
She's a real singer.
Damn straight. When it all comes down to it, this is a competition, Mark. You're a competitive guy.
Exactly. So I was kind of pissed. But it was a good reality check, right? Because I was on this, emotional high, feeling like, yeah, man, we knocked it out of the park. This is great.
Yeah.
And then just boom, back to earth, buddy.
Well, at least you had to know, Mark, at that moment in time that at least you were better than Gronk at this thing. I mean,
exactly.
My kids are normally guessing who's this, who's that, and we're so way off. everybody knew that was Gronk, literally from the first second that Gronk opened his mouth. But last season, I think it was the Tiger last season.
Yeah.
You're better than Gronk there, no doubt.
I appreciate it.
And I think Antonio Brown lasted 1 week too in the first season.
Right.
So you're in good standing, Mark. You really are.
I did all right.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.